Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with my March layout share. I didn't get as much done as I would have liked. I did a few off camera, but most of these are going to have process videos up on my channel. And it turns out I did a lot of layouts using a whole bunch of Vicki Boutin collections. So we're going to start with those. I did a couple Disney layouts, some fishing layouts, and some summer layouts. But we'll start with the Vicki Boutin. This one here is using the Color Study collection, and I kind of cut the circle out and kind of framed my photo with that. Did a little bit of mixed media in the background using some shimmers paints, and just kind of splattered those, and then scattered the flowers throughout and kind of kept it with the same color scheme, or at least tried to, and then just kept my title pretty simple. But I really like the way that this turned out. Love the butterflies. This one, I think in a video I mentioned this one might be displayed in my she shed because I hate to like smush those butterflies. I think they're just so pretty. Next, we have this one using Color Study as well. Here are a couple of extra of those kind of, I call them pie charts, that I had left over from that other layout. And so I kind of stuck with the orange and pink theme for this layout. Used a mixed media background. I believe that's actually from the Discover and Create mixed media pad. And then again, just kind of went with the pink, orange, yellow embellishments that I had. I had so many of these layered flowers. I wanted to kind of use them up. I think I successfully used up 2 packs. I think I have 2 more. But yeah, I just like how this one turned out. I think I will journal here. I think I'll keep this one for myself. I just love how the picture captures my son's personality so well. Just with the goofy grin, like the mischievous grin and the bunny ears. So I think I'm going to keep this one and journal about that down there. This one here is using Print Shop by Vicki Boutin. I started out with just this one photo of my son and his friends, and this one's going to go in his album. I don't always use flowers or pink for the boys layouts, but this is going to go in his album and I'm loving the way it looks. So I decided to use the heart paper and dovetail that. I have this grid paper as a layer as well as the green kind of wood grain paper. I bordered it with yet another pattern paper and then bordered my photo with that same pattern paper. Use this heart zip strip. I cut it off and I was like, ooh, that matches really well. I want to tuck that in there. A floral cluster here. And then originally I just had this pocket here with no flowers. I'm going to have to add tape to that, I think. But then I was like, ooh, I could tuck some flowers in that pocket. And I just love how that looked. I need to find more of these. It was just such a fun way to embellish. And then I just kept it simple down here, kind of, I guess kind of that triangle with a couple of, these are just chipboard stickers. They're kind of dovetailed. And then I set this chipboard sticker that says add laughter to your day, and then just scattered some puffy hearts throughout the layout as well. This one here is the Discover and Create collection. I used half of the circle sheet there. That's from that same mixed media pad that I had already used previously. I had half of this left. I had done another layout using it. Knew I wanted to use a lot of the art pieces of this collection because I captured this. My son, I think he set this up all on his own. My mom paints and does, like, you know, she'll get inspiration from YouTube. So he found this YouTube video. So I have a picture of that, set it up and painted it. And then I have his final creation here. So just how I have it layered and kind of over top of each other just helped me get these 3 photos on one page. And then I love the papery collection. The ephemera has, they're thinner, but it had this paint palette, or I think it's called a palette. And then the paints here, this piece of ephemera was perfect, like Life is Art, Live Yours in Color. And I loved just this title from the foam sticker sheet. So I use lots of different embellishment pieces, some puffy stickers here, just some cardstock stickers. This here is also another layering piece from the Papery collection, or the embellishment kit. So just had a lot of fun piecing this one together. Oh, this one is one of my favorites too, and I think it's because of the story behind it. So my son got dressed, did his hair one day, and I looked at him and said, "Oh my goodness, you look like Zach Morris." And so I went and found a picture of Zach Morris, because of course he didn't know who that was, and found this picture. And so I dressed him in jeans and this red shirt and found a jacket for him to drape over his arms. And he let me take his picture, posed and everything, and I just love it. He is, I don't know, has the best personality. And so I kind of went with the Saved by the Bell theme with some food, because, you know, they were in the diner. There's the food order ticket. Color scheme, I try to kind of go with the 90s. Loved the shoes as well. I have to journal somewhere on here. I'm not sure. I'll maybe try to do it small down here under the title. But I had so much fun making this. And like I said, love the story behind this. This is the Where to Next collection by Vicki Boutin. So what, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Vicki Boutin collections so far that I've used. This one here is the Where to Next collection as well. Let's try to sneak that 2-page layout in there. So again, just trying to get a lot of photos on 1 or 2 pages. I'm running out of space in the she shed for albums. And so I just layered, or brought a couple of pattern papers across the page, added the branding strips at the top here, fussy cut some of these clouds. I need to go back and fussy cut another one to add, I think, to the top here. But then just kept with, obviously, the travel theme for the Where to Next collection, and have a couple of layered embellishment clusters. So I will journal here. Again, this is that Papery. It's just so much thinner. Both of these are. So just very, very thin. But they make good layering pieces. And even this is that Papery. And I popped it up on foam tape. And yeah, I like how it gives you that many more options. It's a big, big pack of embellishments, and it has washi stickers that I love too. I did not add any to this layout though. All right, so that was Vicki for the month. Now we're into some fishing layouts, which I did off camera. This is actually I have it right here, Live and Let Grow collection from Jen Hadfield. So I knew I wanted to use the fish paper from the collection, so I kind of used that for the color scheme for the rest of the layout. This actually was a piece of scrap. This was scrap. This was scrap. And this is the middle. This is the back side of the fish paper. So I used one whole piece with the fish paper, and then everything else was scrap pieces. Just kind of tried to keep it simple. Did use my stash for my alphas, which, we're gonna have to use some tape on these too, or some glue. But the fun thing is, when my sons go fishing, when my sons go fishing with their grandpa, he will, hook it, but then it is their job to reel it all the way in. So my son here, he was probably 7. I'm guessing this was last year. I'll have to go back and look. Reeled this huge fish in. So that is kind of why I made my title, Whoa, Nice Catch. I was able to sneak in a flare from Scrap and Happy Studio. I have just a few fishing ones left, but just really happy that I could use up some of the fishing embellishments from the collection as well. This one here is kind of just using up a whole bunch of different pieces. I had this piece was a scrap piece in kind of an outdoor paper envelope. I have like an outdoor envelope for, yeah, fishing and whatnot. And I liked the contrast with this blue on this wood grain. And so that's kind of where I started. And then I have a photo play, I believe, collection, like the Great Outdoors or something, where this diagonal stripe paper came from, and then the embellishments, these embellishments, and then the one that got away. Otherwise, I actually went into the Discover and Create collection by Vicki Boutin and found this, and then found the Capturing the World Around Me embellishments, as well as, again, the papery here, great layering pieces. So I just kind of found some that I could layer, and then I snuck in another or two fishing flares from Scrap and Happy Studio. This here is using the brand new, is it Great Escape collection? Now it's escaping my mind. But I think it's the Great Escape collection from Coco Vanilla Studios. I actually did two of them. Oh no, where is it? There it is. Okay, so I did these two layouts. They will go in separate albums. But they're using just two pattern papers. So it was kind of a mini series, I guess, just two layouts. But I started with this one, I believe. And these are actually just two pattern papers, because it looks like these two, they're front and back here. And then this would be the second pattern paper. So I just layered those. Oh, that's why that one was in there. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm so sorry. I scrap lifted myself. So this is the layout I did in February. I scrap lifted myself though and turned it like this and did the same layout, just rotated. So just kind of an idea, if you see a layout you like, doesn't work with your photos, you could always rotate it, and you can see that it is pretty much the same layout, but yeah, obviously rotated. So yeah, I just layered those, have a good embellishment cluster here, another one that comes down, and then here the story, then I'm gonna journal. We got a nice picture. He jumped down. It was that mud that is so slippery, and his feet went out from under him and he ended up in the mud. So these are back-to-back photos, a nice one and a muddy one. So I will journal that there. And then the second layout using the same collection, I just did the strips all the way across. This here actually, I covered up down here because I had to cut it into 4 sections. So you can see that this is actually 2, but I tried to layer it so it didn't, I don't know, so it looked like one piece. And then I just kind of have my embellishments down at a diagonal. My title, a small one, and another one down here. I'll just put the date here, a flare from Scrap and Happy Studio. And I just really liked, again, how I could get more photos on one page because I made these 2 smaller. I believe these are probably, let's see, 2 by 3, because it was both on a 4 by 6, I believe. All right, a 2-page layout. Another fishing one. This is using Camp Happy Bear. I believe it's another photo play collection, and I just did lots of layers. Again, a great fishing paper. Have kind of a more solid, and then the plaid was a scrap as well. This was actually a cut apart that I cut into a tag just to kind of, I love these fish, and then it helped me kind of with my embellishing as well. So just kept it simple, cut out this sun, and realized the centerpiece would be great for this flare from Scrap and Happy Studio. So I snuck that in, have this title here, Let's Fish. The fish came off of the sticker sheet, and then I just added the let's. A couple of simple clusters. This one kind of using some journaling as a, I guess, embellishment for that cluster, and another flare from Scrap and Happy Studio. Most of the embellishments, I think all of them besides the Scrap and Happy Studio, from the Camp Happy Bear collection. This one primarily is the Lake Life collection from, the Lake Life collection from Bella Boulevard. I did use a salad piece of cardstock and added this scrap piece of plaid because I loved how this matched the colors in my photo here. And then all I did, I used an 8.5 by 11. I did trim a little bit off. Use that to kind of do a grid layout. I added a journaling spot and then a spot for my title. And otherwise just trimmed them down so it fit kind of in a grid layout. And again, I was able to get 3 photos on the layout. These two are pretty close to the 4x6 size. And then obviously I trimmed this one down because it was quite far away. And then just a couple of simple clusters, kind of at the 4 corners almost. All right, this one here is using a couple of different Simple Stories collections plus a Sunkissed Cocoa Vanilla collection. I have a couple of flip flaps here. Again, more photos on 1 or 2 pages. So I did add a flare on the outside of my flip flap. This will flip up and I will journal here. This will flip up and I have extra photos under there. Just a simple, I kind of wish I would have added more or a larger embellishment over on this side. But I got to be okay with open space, I've decided. A great big title, a great big embellishment cluster. I do have this acrylic piece from Not Just for Boys Kit Club and love the sunshine underneath of it. And then just some phrase stickers to fill in that space there. And then we have these two, or this 2-page layout. With more flip flaps, same vacation, other child. So this is using, is it Beach Party and Blue Skies or something from Close to My Heart. Kept the solid color across the top because I knew my photos were going to go up there. Added 3 pattern papers on the bottom. This was the zip strip, but again, a pattern. And I will flip this up for more photos. I used actually quite a few Picture My Life cards. So I trimmed this one down, cut this one in a circle. I believe that was a Picture My Life card. And then I had some pieces left over from the scrapbooking workshop. So this tab here, and I feel like there was something else, but this flag, sorry, down here. Embellished using circles here, and then a couple, just a embellishment cluster over here, which probably could have been larger or moved over. And then this is from the Blue Skies, as well as a couple of the extra embellishments, the hearts. So again, just kept kind of the pattern paper on the bottom and then put all of my photos across the top. This one here was really fun. Again, a great kind of layering piece for my photos so I could get more on the page. This was a cut apart and I will journal here. Have the barn and a cow, even though these are yaks. It was the closest embellishment that I had. I was kind of running out of embellishments that worked kind of for animals on the farm. There's lots of like fruits and vegetables and that kind of thing. So I did kind of fill in some of the spaces instead of embellishing with just enamel dots. Again, I have to be okay with white space or open space. Not everything has to be embellished. So I got the photo here, a photo here, and then obviously trimmed this one down, backed it, and popped that up on foam tape, and then snuck a flare from Scrap and Happy Studio at the top as well. Lots of pattern papers again. The red is like a barn kind of wood. I've got the red, the blue, the plaid there. But again, not too busy. They're all, well, these ones are pretty much covered up, as well as this one. So I guess if you cover them up, you can use as many as you want. All right, another kind of mini series I did was another grid, same kind of sketch and just 1 photo versus 2 photos. So this is Home for Christmas collection from Close to My Heart, and I brought in a couple of embellishments from a Pink Fresh might be Holiday Wishes collection, and then a flare from Scrapping Happy Studio. So I cut these 4x4, cut my photo 4x4, layered that kind of, or popped that up on foam tape towards the top because I wanted a large title at the bottom. And just kept it simple with embellishing. I just felt like, you know, there's all these papers. I didn't need a lot of embellishments, nor did I really feel like I had any that worked for the layout. So same kind of sketch, 2 photos though. So again, 4 4x4 squares, pattern papers. What else is different? Not really anything's different. I just added the 2 photos here, and then added embellishments in the 2 open squares. So I guess it is a little bit different. I kind of have 2 titles, Auntie's Boys and then Today is Magical. The inside pieces or the papers are Reese from Felicity Jane. I wanted to stick with the purple of my sister's sweatshirt, and so I knew that was the perfect collection for that, and then brought in a few pieces, I think just these 2 from my Disney stash, and then cut this out with a die that I have to make it Disney because these are 2 photos from Magic Kingdom. And then I have just a couple of Disney layouts. This one here, a great big cut file. I believe it's Paige Evans. I added the word Christmas because these 2 photos are like Christmas photos, so Disney Christmas. It is, I should have probably picked a different color for this big Mickey here. Again, it's that same die cut. I think I got it from, is it Tall Mouse? From the Scrapbooking Expo last year. And then I just used pieces from, I have this big Iris container of all the Simple Stories, Echo Park, kind of Disney collections. And so I have this chipboard. I felt like this corner needed something. So a chipboard banner that I layered underneath of my cut file. Another couple of chipboard pieces at the top here, snuck in a small Mickey. So these are actually nested. I think there's 3 different sizes of Mickeys here, and then just enjoy. I wasn't really feeling it, and then I added the black splatter, and I think it helped. I don't know. I'm struggling with Disney all of a sudden. I don't know if I just did too many, but I'm just not happy. I'm not overly excited about the layouts I've created, so I might have to take a step away and come back or try and use different collections. That might help as well. And lastly, this one has a process video. The other one did not. This one here, I actually did part of it, the castle with my youngest. We were home, I think it was actually a snow day, and so I asked him if he wanted to help me stamp this castle, thinking it would be for his layout, but I already had done his layout, so it turns out he helped with his brother's layout. So we just used the print shop stamps from Vicki Boutin and stamped all across the castle. Used the 2, these are actually the same pieces of paper. I just covered up the magical memories on here, but I do have the stars. Tried to use the same papers for the collection. I'm thinking I should have cut this off. I don't like how when they're together, it doesn't flow across the page. But I'm thinking if I would have cut even 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch off and left a black strip, maybe I'd like it a little bit better. Probably too hard to figure out at this point. Down here was going to be just an open space. So again, I tried to bring in some of the same papers. I've got the polka dots, the black polka dot that I used to mat the photo, and then the yellow stripes here, and dovetailed those. Added just a few phrase stickers, added a cluster at the top, and then a cluster at the top of my photo here. And then over here, just 2 clusters, one at the top to kind of go with that star cluster. And then another one down here, the castle again, and then kind of the arrows, and added some stars. So that is what I accomplished in March. Like I said, I think I must have been busier in March, working more and whatnot. And then with spring break at the end, I just kind of had to work ahead, I guess, kind of. And I don't know, I wasn't able to accomplish as much as I wanted to, especially off camera for you guys. I like to have layouts that aren't process videos to show you guys. And I did a few, but usually I like to have a little bit more. So hopefully April will, yeah, just kind of slow down a little bit and let me scrapbook more. I do have an exciting announcement coming, so stay tuned for that. That will come in any day now, I guess. So if you're not part of my Facebook group, make sure that you join there because I will announce it in there. That link is down below, and then I will probably announce it on Instagram as well. So I'll try and have that link down below as well for you guys so you can join in on that fun announcement. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, feel free to scrap lift. I show and share so that you guys can get inspiration and scrap lift in the Facebook group. If you do scrap lift, I would love to see your creations. So feel free to post those in the Facebook group. It is private. I, accept everybody who is in there. So, yeah, please feel free to share with me. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.